The debate of whether or not video games can qualify as an art form has been a heated one, to say the least. After respected film critic Roger Ebert said that video games could never be art in 2010, much of the internet reignited to passionately argue on both sides of this debate. But in recent years, games have shown us that they're not even limited to what we traditionally think of them as. Remember when games like BioShock and The Last of Us were hailed as hallmark examples of the storytelling games are capable of? Games of this type are praised because they tell stories effectively through cutscenes in between periods of shooting gallery gameplay or something similar. Or in the case of Telltale and Quantic Dream, constant interactive cutscenes comprising the actual gameplay. That's not to suggest that these are bad stories or bad games, because they're acting like playable action movies. I just think it's apparent that while the storytelling is not of high quality, it's delivered in a rather traditional fashion, not too dissimilar from what you would see in a movie or television show. Recent titles like Until Dawn have continued this trend of cinematic gaming to much critical praise because they genuinely do offer a great experience. Rapture is a terrifying and fascinating place because you're playing in it, and Joel and Ellie are complex and amazing characters that we fall in love with. But to conflate this more movie-style storytelling exclusively with art is to cast off a much more broad section of the gaming industry. The most popular titles these days are games like Battlegrounds, Minecraft, Overwatch, and the like. Meanwhile, cult indie titles like Inside and Abzu are adored by smaller but very passionate audiences. It might even seem like gaming as an art form doesn't really exist in the mass market, at least not the way we traditionally think of it. But what if games don't have to be linear narrative experiences to be art? If Minecraft itself isn't art, are the blocky creations people built inside of it? If competitive esports style games like Battlegrounds and Overwatch aren't art, should the meta-strategy discussions within them be considered so? When you look at market success, the trends people are looking for are multiplayer, open-ended worlds, and simple design that lends itself well to player-created content within that game. The market, as in the vast majority of consumers, want games that allow them to interact with each other and create their own scenarios within a simple framework of fun. Choosing to hop in a plane with your friend and raid a military base in GTA Online is fun because it's a dynamic moment you're creating as the player. This is the power of games. They're not just art in themselves. They can be platforms in which people create things within them. The fun is made by the players, all facilitated by a world that encourages random chaos and player-chosen actions to empower imaginative fantasies you can't replicate in the real world. Maybe the debate should instead be over whether what people create in games is art. And that is a whole new can of worms. We've already seen intense debate over the rights players have over things they create in and around games. Just think of the controversy over paid mods on Steam a few years ago. This dynamic makes games really unique. Sure, people intensely review and discuss TV show episodes, but they're not usually modifying or adding on to that experience the way gamers do. All this is to say that it's not just games as a platform that matter. The Last of Us, Journey, Until Dawn, Gone Home, these are all important pieces of gaming too. It just shows the diversity of a medium which we collectively lump as all the same video games. Abzu may not have given me much room for creativity within its tightly constructed world, but I enjoyed the hell out of my couple hours playing it, and I couldn't get that same experience of exploring an alien underwater place from any other medium. So yes, video games are art. And maybe the things people create using them are too. If you're a person who likes playing single-player narrative games, don't feel the need to attack people who play online multiplayer games. Try building something in a Minecraft server or messing around in Gary's mod. And if you're the latter category, maybe try out something outside your comfort zone and see what else games have to offer beyond having fun with friends. Gaming is an amazing medium precisely because of this diversity. We have fun shooters, breathtaking open worlds, amazing platforms for creativity, intense strategy, and skill-based competitions, and so much more. Let's stop arguing over what is art and instead just enjoy the fun.